Belgium just celebrated its National Day. But the country's new Prime Minister, Bart De Wever, didn't join the festivities. When journalists asked him to say, "Long live Belgium," he refused. It wasn't a gaffe. It was a statement. Bart De Wever leads the new Flemish alliance, a party rooted in the idea that Belgium shouldn't exist. He's called the separation from the Netherlands in 1830 a disaster. He said he'd die happier as a Southern Dutchman than as a Belgian. And yet, here he is, Prime Minister of Belgium. So how did a man who doesn't believe in the country end up running it? To understand that, you need to understand Belgium itself. This is a nation stitched together from cultural fault lines. Dutch-speaking Flanders in the north, French-speaking Wallonia in the south, and the bilingual Brussels region caught in between. For decades, that divide has meant political paralysis, economic resentment, and rising calls for autonomy. Flemish separatists like De Wever argue that Flanders, the wealthier and more populous region, is being forced to subsidize the rest of the country. At one point, De Wever even compared financial transfers to Wallonia as drugs to a junkie. Over the past 20 years, De Wever transformed his party from a single-issue fringe group into Belgium's largest political force. He broadened its appeal with conservative economic policies, while keeping Flemish autonomy as the long-term goal. But unlike the more extreme Vlaams Belang party, which openly pushes for full independence, De Wever now talks about confederalism, a looser federal structure where regions take on almost all powers and responsibilities. Still, even that vision feels far off. In the last election, N-VA and Vlaams Belang together won just under half the vote in Flanders. And when voters were asked about their top priorities, state structure barely registered. Migration, inflation, and jobs came first. Only 4% said constitutional reform was a top concern. So why is De Wever Prime Minister? Because Belgium's parliament is fractured, and after months of negotiations, his party was the only one that could form a workable coalition. The deal includes no real steps toward Flemish independence, just the planned abolition of the Senate and a vague promise to explore future reforms. For now, De Wever governs a country he doesn't believe in, managing tax, pension, and labor market reforms in a system he thinks should be dismantled. It's a strange contradiction. He won't wave the flag. He doesn't cheer the National Day, but he holds the highest elected office in the land. And Europe? Silent. EU leaders have said nothing. Perhaps they prefer stability. Or maybe they think Belgium's dysfunction is the price of peace. But that silence hides a deeper question. What does it mean when a country's leader openly rejects the nation itself? Unless something changes, Bart De Wever will still be Prime Minister in 2030 when Belgium turns 200. He may even preside over the bicentennial celebration of the very state he wants to unravel. And who knows, maybe on that day, he still won't say, "Long live Belgium." If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and visit westernrelations.com for more sharp political analysis from a European perspective. And thank you for watching.